Well guys, this is a bit delayed. I thought I filmed this video, but then it turns out I didn't. It is like November 5th, maybe November 8th, I don't know. We derbied a vehicle back in September, and we're gonna do the aftermath for it right now. What vehicle is that? It's the turtle van. So let's talk about this turtle van. So when we built this thing, our original intent was to take it to an impact show. So we pretty much built it to impact motorsports rules. Then I didn't get it ready in time, some problems. And then we're gonna take it to Barrie, but then we had a loss in the family, so we couldn't go to Barrie. So then we decided to take it to Beaton, and what a fun time did we ever have in Beaton. We were out there with a couple buddies. We had Mr. Scrappy, we had Jesse, we had Steven, we had Eddie, we had Aiden. I think there was another one out there with us. It was all a bunch of friends, and it was a fantastic time. So what happened to this thing? So first off, I think I broke an axle. I'm not 100% sure as of right yet. I still had power, but I was just ended up digging myself a hole. So I think I broke driver's side rear axle. I did not have a whole lot of faith in this thing. But we broke an axle. I'm gonna have to do some figuring out to see if it's actually broken or not, but we'll see. Second thing is, this thing got really hot during the demolition derby, and the engine started smoking, and it just died. I could hear piston scraping, and I wasn't pleased, so I stopped, came home, let it cool down. Next day, tried to turn it over, and it turned over maybe 4 or 5 times, and then just seized right solid. Steven and I put pipe wrenches on it. She had a bad time. So for about a month, I've been sourcing parts for this. So I found 2 of these in Toronto at Standard Auto Records. I went down there. And Buddy openly told me he's been working there 12 years, and they've been sitting there for longer than he's worked there. They did not look like they were gonna run. I found one in Quebec, which is about a 7-hour drive for me. And well, to where it was is about a 7-hour drive, not Quebec, the province. And Buddy wanted $800 for it, but I had to go there and pull it. So that would have been like a full day driving, a full day taking out the motor, and then getting home at like midnight. So that would have been like a 24-hour day. I found one in Brandon, Manitoba, which is about 24 hours that way. They said they could remove it for me for $700 and have it shipped to me for about $300, so I'd be about $1,000 for this. So like, I've been looking for months to try to find one. Can you follow me over here? I don't know if you see it, but we got another Previa, but that's for a different video. We're not gonna talk about that yet. That's the joys of waiting so long for one of these aftermaths. Let's talk about this thing. It was unbelievably fun. I think that if I had a rear-wheel drive Trailblazer, I'd have just as much fun. Probably more, because it'd be more power, but my God, it feels so nice to be back inside rear-wheel drives after doing so many front-wheel drives. My idea for the front frame seemed to work out because everything looks fantastic up here. We did bend one of our home-built struts. The whole passenger side got attacked by a Honda Odyssey, which are known to be very, very tough vehicles, so that's okay. The front end ended up beating up the Honda Odyssey and bending the frame rails in the front, but we didn't bend anything, so that was kind of really, really nice. We have no brakes. That was an issue beforehand, so we're probably gonna run new brakes on this. We got it running. I found a vacuum leak, that was good. But the front end is still straight as an arrow. Back end started coming up perfectly. I think the 9-wire helped, but we're going to have to kind of tighten up some of this 9-wire. I think that it can be tightened up pretty aggressively and still kind of give the lift that we need to the back. I was having a blast, and I'm kind of really excited to fix this thing. I'll give you guys a walk around so you can see what it actually looks like, but I think the main strength in this thing is the front frame rails. So I would like to get a little bit more height in the front, but honestly, I don't know how. I don't know how within the rules, but my God, I had so much fun. Maybe some bigger tires could get the front end higher, or maybe I can suck the back end down a bit. But this thing was so much fun. Let's get a good look at the frame on this thing to show you guys what I mean. So over here, you can see that the frame rail is still extremely straight. You can see where it kind of got punched in over here, but it's still holding its own pretty good. That's just sheet metal. The frame rail here is extremely straight, but it's starting to come up. The other side looked like it went down just a bit, but I think with a little bit of notching and some effort, we can get this thing to go up. All the links and everything in the back are good. I really don't know if I snapped an axle. We're gonna have to figure this thing out if we did or not. But everything back here looks pretty damn good as of it sitting right now. But you can see that this side here is starting to go down. Even though it looks like it's going up on the inside, it's going down. But this side here is going up. So that's how we want it to look. So we're gonna put a little bit of effort into this one to make it look identical. I think if we just kind of chain it down and put a jack, we can get what we need out of that very simply. Okay, so that's the back of the vehicle. Come to the inside, and the floor looks pretty good. It overall doesn't look like it bent too bad, but it's been hit quite aggressively, I'll say that. But everything looks like it's holding good. Like, we don't see any random buckles on the floor. It wasn't an overly long, overly aggressive heat, but it did pretty good. As you can see here, the front frame rails held up fantastically. There is nothing wrong with anything here in the front. The only thing that really happened is we took a nasty tire shot, and my suspension that I built actually bent, but it hit the strut stop, so that's kind of good. But it's kind of crazy that that pipe bent. So that kind of worked the way we wanted it to. All the threaded rods in the front seem to be holding up. The bumper's holding up, but I think it's, oh, we lost this tire. I forgot about that. But the Cowabunga van did really good. Just so you guys know, that's what those struts look like before they were bent. They're pretty aggressive looking struts, but still got bent. But that's the aftermath of this thing. I had a lot of fun running it, and I'm gonna really enjoy running this thing again. Holy crap, look how dirty my face is. I'm sorry, guys. I've been out here working all day. But thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you back here later. And I don't know if you can see it. Is that previa number 2? Haha. I may have a problem. I'm finding like these super rare vehicles and destroying them. And I had a guy come here today and buy a whole bunch of parts off these previas. And he was very upset that I'm destroying 2 of them. He's like, these are collector's items. I was like, buddy, take the parts you need because she's gonna be banged up soon. Take care, guys.